Yeah, so those are simple things. I mean, that's not really going to be a big deal because I mean, a little bit of psychotherapy and your asthma's gone. The multiple personality or any kind of psychosis, that might be a little bit more, you know,
so
tricky to
I
deal
could
with.
make people crazy with this.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody. You know, probably the majority of people are going to wake up in a beautiful, positive way. But those few that maybe don't know the way or can't see that.
I'm hoping for fireballs is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping somebody, you know, do the mutant thing at some point is what I kind of want. But I know that might be a little high. I know that may be a little high end. You know, helping people to have, well, you know, a manifestation be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, you could always put in a little subtle hint for maybe their genetics to evolve or change. You know, their DNA to wake up and make that next genetic step.
Wings would be neat.
Wings? Wings would go with wings. Yeah.
Okay, but I need a date. What would be the perfect time? Because we want to get everything in line perfectly. So far, I got the circle, the sheet, and a bunch of stuff we've talked about before, right? And you didn't like my last chaos magic idea, so I binned that. But because you said there's really bad karmic responses to me when I was going to do the thing with the website and the chaos magic.
Oh, yeah.
That was really,
I mean, this is too. I mean, if you're going to be organizing this, you got to be so upfront with everybody. Otherwise, it's all going to come back on you, right?
Oh, it always does. Yeah.
So,
generally.
I mean, and you seem prepared to deal with that. So
well,
we can step past that.
Yeah, I can always run. So what? Run down my own karma.
Yeah.
What would be the date?
The date.
What would be a good try?
Well, definitely a new moon.
A new moon?
Yeah. So like,
is there a special month of a new moon?
Scorpio would be neat.
Oh, I am a Scorpio.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, that'd be like Halloween. New moon, Halloween?
New moon on Halloween month, yeah.
That'd be good. A little hokey, don't you think?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, that whole thing's been kind of set that way, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, it has
there's a lot of that energy floating around at that time.
Actually,
right?
that would work really well.
Yeah, so if we do it at the new moon...
Especially if you're looking for some kind of really dramatic reaction, you know, the society at large is going to expect strange things or allow strange things to happen.
Blood from walls, stuff like that.
Might drink down and spell out things or
whatever.
And these are things you got to worry about, and these are things you want.
Not my problem. My problem, everyone who shows up, you know, that's a gamble. They're in the business, you know, it's nothing personal. We just want to see if it happens. And, you know, generally a lot of people would risk having blood run down their walls. No one's really had real things happen to them, you know. It's all on TV, right? I mean, you know.
So you're just going for a genuine, real, solid experience here.
We're opening gates, man. Get her in here. You bet, boy. Show her up.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
You might, if you wanted to maybe make this a little safer, you might want to give everybody some kind of mantra or meditation or something to repeat. You can call it a spell if you want to program themselves while they're all getting into this.
Well,
you want to stay away from
the album we've chosen. There's an album that we've chosen to augment. So I've taken a piece of music.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
this is
set everybody on
that sort of sets people on a certain path.
It's not Tool, is it?
No, gosh, I wouldn't use it.
I love Tool, but
yeah, no Ministry or nothing like that. No KMFDM. Or...
They're also all facing north as well.
Yeah, they're all going to be facing north. Is that okay? Somebody told me that.
North.
It's like a Wiccan thing or something like that.
So they're all focusing their energy in one direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess north is as good as anything else that I can think of.
What if they all faced like the Rant Radio studios, like Mecca style? Would that be better or no? I'm actually talking from a metaphysical standpoint.
Actually, that could be very interesting, especially if you're the hub for this whole thing, right?
So if we got everyone to point, like if we got a GPS coordinates and everyone had to figure out where they were in relation to Rant, and everybody just kind of pointed themselves at Rant Studios. So we'd have to point back at me, because I'll be doing this live with a medic on standby at the Rant Studios.
Yeah, okay, well, I mean, north would work, and north would be easier for everybody, but, you know, one step up from that would be...
Well, we got to make this as realistic as we can.
Yeah, well, then
maybe I'm the only one who's going to get anything out of this. You know, maybe I'll...
Well, especially if they're all focusing on you, you know.
Could that be bad for me?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You don't seem to care, though, so...
Well, you know, sink or swim, right? All right, so new moon, Halloween.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect one.
Perfect.
Do you want me to find out when it falls this month, or?
We'll do that off camera.
All right.
Thanks, man. Magic. Not to be confused with illusion, which is what you usually see. Whenever you have these guys like David Blaine or Blackstone or any of these guys who got their Houdini, these guys, they all get up on stage and they practice illusion. They're illusionists. And there is that realm of magic called bizarre magic where, you know, it's the guys, when I was in India and I came back and they dress like me, you know, they get up on stage and they cut the lady in half and then they claim they're talking to outer gods and stuff like that. That's all bizarre magic, but it's still magic with a C. There was a guy who has lived in the 30s and stuff like that named Crowley. And Aleister Crowley was a real piece of work. This guy was just garbage. And what happened was he claimed himself to be the wickedest man in the world, yada, yada, yada. And at the turn of the century, between the 18th century and the 19th century, there was a lot of insurgence, awareness about the occult. And it all kind of disappeared after the war, after the Second World War, because the Nazis got hard into the occult too. Got to bear in mind that the Nazis went all over the world taking this stuff very seriously. It wasn't all hokey video games and Buffy the Vampire Slayer at that time. When the Nazis were doing it, man, they were killing people to get these magical artifacts because they really believed that it would help them take over the world. And they almost did. It wasn't for, just a few thousand really brave soldiers who, stood up and fought him. But the thing is that the whole point was that magic was something that was really, really important at that time. Then along comes this guy named Crowley, and along with other orders that existed at the time, there's lots of secret societies that were in and around, and there's different controversy, because none of this is really, really well known. There's lots of different accounts. Some people claim they have different information, but there was orders like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. There is the Ordo Templar Orientis. There is other sects and the Rosicrucians and stuff like that who claim to have knowledge of magic, and generally they spell it with a K, M-A-G-I-C-K. And what that is essentially, it's the study of using some kind of energy. That's all I'm going to call it right now. But it's the study of using energy and consciousness and intention to create things. It's kind of a little weird. There's nothing really cool in it. There's no fireballs, no lightning bolts, no power word kill, no magic missile. It's a bummer. As a matter of fact, the reason why I learned about it is because I was looking for the fireball spell, and I figured if I just had the right components, we could make that happen. But unfortunately, such is not the case. No real good kung fu to be used here. What you do wind up when you look into the realms of magic, though, is cults, and lots of them. Aleister Crowley, in his heyday, was well known, kind of constantly changing, super evolving, always liked to dress up in strange clothes and try to get people to follow him, start different orders, things like that. Very well read, no official secondary education, but he'd always get involved with the counterculture scene and that of his day. Now, this is Crowley here in all of his different venues. And how he would dress. He would go from being an English gentleman to a Masonic master to some sort of, he had this weird Indian thing he did for a while there. Very, very odd character. But some of the things he would do is he would have his followers slash themselves with razor blades every time they used the word I, as in I am hungry, I am thirsty. This was to drive out all renditions of the self and to free yourself of the concept of your own earthly bondage and all these crazy sort of metaphysical out there notions. Generally, people like this I class as cultists. So cultists, generally, as the gaming slogan goes, cultists are for killing. Nobody ever really wants to deal with the cultists, because in every role-playing game, it's always some bastard with a black robe and a dagger who comes running at you when you're trying to save the little girl. They're always out there. These stupid cultists who they get it in their mind, they're like, oh, if I blow myself up, I get to go to heaven. Beep. And that's where the term assassins even come from. The first assassins were all high on hash. There was this guy named Hassan in India who used to take people in. He had a bunch of whores working for him. He'd get them all ripped up on hash, throw them to the lesbians for a while. They blow his freaky little mind. When he comes back down, he says, you know where you were? No. Heaven. Really? You betcha. And all you got to do is kill for me. You get to spend eternity there. Dude, I'm up. Right? And this is because these people have no sensory experience, and things can be presented to them in such a way. Now, and then there's different kinds of magic as well. There's chaos magic, there's ceremonial magic, there's toxic magic. There's all these different realms of magic, which people claim, if you adhere to this, you're that type of magician, and so on and so forth. But again, sounds like a lot of noise. Without using magic, magic uses astrology, it uses demonology, it uses all these other, systems to create a record. It's like the operating system that can use other programs. I don't adhere too much to magic. I'm rather more of an occultist myself who likes to use items. Does the item do something? Yes. I don't care about what god does it. I don't care how, it sucks energy out of people and I get